Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we've got a couple of beers here from Home Bargains. I think they were £1.39 a bottle, or maybe £1.59 a bottle, but we've got a brown ale and we've got a bitter. Now this is Higsons Brewery, which were a brewery in Liverpool. I've got a little bit of information about that. So they were a brewery in Liverpool founded in 1780 and closed by Whitbread in 1990. Higsons beer was brewed in Sheffield and Durham after closure before being discontinued. Now, it's been revived in the 21st century, and if anybody knows Love Lane Brewery in Liverpool, that's where Higsons is now being brewed. So it's part of the Love Lane Brewery team. So I picked these up from Home Bargains. If you watch my channel, you know I enjoy a bitter. And I quite enjoy a brown ale as well. So when I've seen these, and I also seen, go and check out Baz, All the Beer No Idea. He actually put me onto these because he reviewed, I don't know if he reviewed the bitter, I can't remember, but I'm 100% he reviewed the brown ale. He probably did do both. Sorry, Baz. But yeah, so I thought, I need to try him. So first one I'm going to go for, well, 3.8% for the bitter. And well, let's go for the lower ABV first. Let's go for the brown ale, 3.4%. So we've got 3.4% brown ale. I've recently done a video about brown ales, so this will be interesting. There's the actual bottle art, and there's a little bit of information on the back I'll read out once I get a taste. So 3.4%, found mill. Like I say, I do apologise. It was either 139, 159, or 179. I am useless. But it was under £2. And if it's a good beer, you know, what can you say? It's got the liver bird on the front there, hasn't it? So brown ale. I don't know if they've gone like the old style label there, a bit like George Shaw do. But that looks, you know, that's pouring like I'd expect from a northern brown ale. It really is. It's got a nice deep chestnut, touching brown. I'd go more chestnut, as in the nut brown colour. But yeah, carbonation, looking really good actually, quite low. Quite impressive, very small head, just off-white looking head. But that could be the glass, or it could just be the pour, or I don't know, anything else, any other reason for that. But let's get into it. So aroma, you know what? It's got some nice maltiness there. A little bit sweet malt. I'd say there's a slight hop note, as in like a British hop hedgerow, sort of a little bit earthy, slightly zesty, and definitely bready. It's got all the right notes. I'm not picking up on any caramel in the aroma, but definitely getting a maltiness, which is, you know, it's not bad. I mean, the ABV is quite low. You know, the northern browns are normally a little bit higher on the ABV than the southern brown. Well, there's only Mans now, I think, really. You can class as a traditional southern brown, even though that's brewed in, I think that's Burton or somewhere around there now. Anyway, cheers. It's light in body, but you'd expect that from 3.4, and it's probably brewed that way to be sessionable. So it's got a light body. It has got a hop note going on, slight bitterness going on the tongue, and to be honest, the malt is coming through on the tongue as well, and it feels like you are getting a nice little, it's not overpowering with malts, but you're getting a nice little malt backbone. You're getting a nice little bit of hop character there as well, slight bitterness going along the side of the tongues. I've got one tongue, and it's just there. And maybe I'm not picking up caramel notes, more bready. It's got a definitely got a bready note running through that, malt bready note, which tastes quite traditional, you know, in flavour. It's not the best brown ale I've had, but it's definitely not the worst brown ale I've had. And I'll be totally honest with you, I could drink a few of them, and at that price, I think it's worth a go. If you like a brown ale, you want something that's not gonna knock you off your feet, and you want to have a good session, maybe especially if it's like summer's here. Is it? I don't know when this video's out, but if you're going to a barbecue and you're not a lager drinker, That's pleasant enough. That'll go well with barbecue feud. Barbecue feud. Well, that's normal. Yeah, that can happen, can't it? You can have feuds, but barbecue food. But yeah, I don't mind that. I really don't mind that for that price. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that's pleasant enough. Pleasant enough. It's got enough flavour to go along that body, that really light body. I wouldn't say it's watery. It's just really light in body. But it's got enough flavour there to keep you interested and to keep you going back. So I think you've done a good job. I really, really do. I'd drink it. I definitely would drink it. Grab my glasses. So see what it says on the back. Higsons Brown Ale, a classic northern brown ale. It'd be stronger if it was classic. Dark in colour and low in bitterness. Well, I think it's got more bitterness than you expect. The sweetness that you'd expect in a brown ale isn't there. It's got more of that hedgerow hop bitterness coming through for me. The malt and nutty flavours are to the fore. The malt's there. I'm not getting nutty, but after doing a lot of research on brown ales, nutty normally, well, was used to describe colour rather than flavour. With a slight clove and lightly bittered. Ooh, slight clove, not for me, I'm not getting that. Lightly bittered, so it's telling you it's low in bitterness, then saying it's lightly bittered. It is lightly bittered. It's not low in bitterness because it's definitely got a bitterness. It's lightly bittered. From the First Gold and Goldings British hops, yeah. Very drinkable, I agree. Brown ale. Colour 45 EBC, IBU 15. It tastes bigger than IBU of 15 as well. But yeah, 3.4%. I think that is definitely worth a go. I'd happily stock that up in my fridge. 100% I would. So let's move on to the bitter. This is going to be interesting. So this one is 3.8%. So it's like your ordinary bitter category. So I'll just put this to the side. Okay, let's crack into this then. So I'm looking forward to this as well. I mean, to be honest, that's not bad. It's not like I'm not disgusted by it or anything like that. I'm not offended by it. And I think that is it's just worthwhile. Definitely worthwhile. Okay, let's pour this in. Again, same sort of logo, a little bit traditional looking. Liver bird on there. Yeah, it's looking like a bitter, isn't it? It's definitely the category of an ordinary bitter of that ABV. Let's get it all in. There we go. So yeah, I mean, you can tell the difference between a brown and a bitter, which is good, you know. But you can get bitters looking like that. 100% you can, like a Yorkshire bitter anyway. So this is obviously like a dark gold, light amber in colour. Low carbonation again, which is great. That beer also had low carbonation, which suits my palate. This one's got more of a head than that one. There's probably a little bit of wheat involved in this, possibly some torrefied wheat or something going on there. So it looks good. It's like I say, it's got a light amber going on to gold, dark gold in colour, with a nice white looking head. So let's get into the beer. Let's get the aroma. Strange thing that hit me straight away then was, don't shoot me, but getting a slight coffee note then off that malt. Very similar to the brown ale for the hop nose. I was surprised if the same East Kent Golding in there. It smells like a bitter. You get past that first coffee note, it's got that maltiness, bready biscuit. It smells like a bitter. It really, really does. Straight away, that's a tick. Okay, let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Funny, it tastes a little bit lighter in body than the brown at 3.4 and 3.8. A little bit lighter. It's got a very similar bitterness level as well. It feels, I mean, they said that was an IBU of 15. That felt more than 15, and this feels on par. So it's got a bitterness there. I'm not saying it's an IPA bitterness. It's got a nice bitterness. It's a balanced bitterness. It's slightly drying. It is very light-bodied, but it's carrying them flavours again. So you're definitely getting a malt backbone. There's definitely a bit of breadiness there. There's a little biscuity malt character. Slight toffee. There's definitely no caramel toffee in the brown, but there's a little bit in this, which is good, and it goes along the bitter theme. That hedgerow hop dries, like I say, down the side, dries, and then makes you want to go back. I'm happy with that. I think it suits it's the same character. If I want to have a good session beer and on a budget, you know, for like whatever the price is these, that is fantastic. That's better than some of the beers that you do see £2 plus in a supermarket. I'd be going to Home Bargains and grabbing this and grabbing that brown ale over some of these bigger branded bitters and brown ales in the supermarkets, the other supermarkets. Home Bargains have done well here with Love Lane because they both fit the character and style, even though this one I'd expect a little bit more sweetness in that one. That tastes like a bitter. It does taste like a bitter. It tastes like a good bitter. It's not the best of bitters, but it's a good bitter for that price as well, and that's really good brewing, and I'm happy to drink that and happy to store that in the fridge. It's got enough character to make you want to keep going back. So yeah, to me, Higsons, Love Lane, done a good job there. Really, I think, yeah, why wouldn't you? Higsons Bitter Ale. The Higsons Bitter is brewed with the finest English malts and choicest fuggles. So it's fuggles, this one. Giving a distinctive and assertive hop character, balanced with fruity palate. No, I'm not getting fruity. And a malty finish, yes. This medium, but no, it's not medium. It's definitely, for me, light bodied. And this is a bit, I think it's a bit odd. Colours 15, IBU 30, so they're saying that is double that. Not for me. It feels so on par with bitterness. I'm just picking out. That's a personal thing, though, isn't it? That's my bitterness tolerance, I suppose, in the beer anyway. So, honestly, if you like a good bitter and you go into a barbecue, I'd go to Home Bargains and pick up some of them because they are definitely worth it. They taste really well brewed. It doesn't feel like there's been any messing, and I'll tell you what, it's a little bit, pardon me, it's got some gas in there, hasn't it? Not in the thingy, but a little bit locked up. I'd have these again, 100%, you know, and I love a bitter, and I like a brown ale as well, and yeah, I think I'll have to grab some of these as a fridge filler. Is that what you call them? Definitely. They feel brewed well. They really do. It feels like there's a bit of attention in that brewing. Okay, well there you go. Home Bargains, Higsons Beers by Love Lane in Liverpool. I think they're worth a buy. If you like I say, you're not looking for massive body, lots of like sweet nuttiness in this one, you're not going to get that. And if you're looking for, it's got a little bit of a caramel note there. It's got enough to make you understand and recognise that as being a bitter, an English bitter. So yeah, definitely for me, it's something I'd return to. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'll see you on another one.